All right, thanks for joining us. You've got John Bush and Joe Ackery on the line. What we wanted to do today is just share a little bit about what we do here at Act-On, and not knowing what you're trying to accomplish, give you a high-level overview about what Act-On does, and we'd love to chat with you further afterwards to see if it could be a good fit for your specific use case. So what I'm going to do, I'll share a couple of slides, and then I'm going to jump in to my demo account, and I'll share with you a little bit about what Act-On looks like and where it has some features that are pretty extraordinary. And then I'll hand it over to Joe, and he'll give you a little bit of a technical overview as well, and we'll wrap this thing up and send you on your way. So as far as what Act-On does, I think that the key to marketing automation is to understand that what we're going to do is put a beacon or a piece of code on your site so that we can track what individuals are doing on your site, so that we can score them and ultimately send them engagement or content that's really relevant to what they're looking to achieve. And then when marketing is done with them, pass them over to sales. And so we've built a platform that helps us do that, from the way that we help you create landing pages and email templates to our analytics and reporting on the back end, and as well as our integrations with other types of point solutions that are going to help the marketer achieve what you're looking to achieve. So these integrations might be with CRM solutions. We work particularly well with Salesforce, Dynamics, Sugar CRM, as well as some others. We've got excellent event management integrations. We fairly recently built out our Zoom webinar integration that is, from what I understand, the best on the market. So would love to talk about that if you're using an event management tool. We've got BI tools that we integrate really well with internally. We use Power BI and integrate with folks like Tableau and others. And then on the social media side, we have some internal capabilities, but we also white label Octopost, which does a lot of great posting and calendaring on the social space, and you can always connect through a Zap or through Kazumi. So it's a little bit about our integrations. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is help the organization and the marketers increase the top of their funnel, so the folks who are marketing qualified leads, and then work them until they're qualified, and increase that number of quality sales qualified leads, and ultimately the revenue for the company. That's what we do really well. We've been doing this for about 13 years now. We work with a ton of customers. Our CSAT scores are excellent, so we'd love to talk to you about how we run our customer success organization and some of the customers that might be good examples for the types of things that you're doing. And that's a little bit about us. What I want to do now is share my screen, and let's just start right here and show you what the product looks like. And what I'll be doing right now is first going through our template library, how to create an email or a landing page. Then we'll talk a little bit about segmentation and creating lists, and as well as our scoring model, which I think is one of, if not the best in the business. And then I'm going to share a little bit about what our automated journey builder looks like, and then I'll pass it over to Joe. So as you see here, this is a home screen. It's really easy to edit. If you don't have something in here as a user, you can just include it or not include it, and it'll show up right here. So everything that you want to do on a daily basis should be here. I also like navigating to the left-hand side to show you how easy it is to create some of that content, do some inbound or outbound, and looking at reports as well. So why don't we do this? Why don't we start by showing you what it looks like to create an email or a landing page. So here I've got our catalog. All of this is included with Act-On. It's completely free. And if you wanted to create a landing page or an email template, you can either use one of those from our catalog, or you can create it from scratch yourself. And this is what our WYSIWYG editor looks like. It's extremely easy to use. You've got the ability to do things like add images, video, RSS feeds, and the like, and very easy to review it once you're done. So it looks like we put a form on this particular one. You can see what it might look like rendering it for a mobile or a tablet. All of our email templates are fully responsive, so very easy to do this, and it looks very similar when you're creating an email template, and we'd love to show you that as well. What I want to do right now is show you what it might look like to create a list. So let's just say you've got 8,500 people in your database. You can go in and just create a segment right here. And this is a very cool and easy way to do it. So if we've got CRM tied in here, or if we don't, we can grab the fields from the CRM or from the list if you're uploading it to Act-On, and we can really start segmenting out who we're going after, so that when we are creating an email or content that we're sending out, that we are very specific with the group that we're sending it to. And you have the ability to do and or custom Boolean logic. So for instance, you might want to segment based on something like a profile, which would be like maybe a name or a title, a department. So oftentimes the types of person that we're looking for has a specific job title, let's say like Chief Marketing Officer. We could do CMO, that kind of thing. You also have the ability to do it based on behavior. So let's just say in the last 30 days, somebody's opened a message at least once. So this is an engaged group of CMOs that we're targeting. And let's make sure that they have at least an overall score of 100, something like that. And and then you just save it, and this is your segment. As you saw in my marketing list here, we have a bunch of segments that we've already created. But I want to share with you our scoring rules right here, which are really easy to set up and maintain, and they're meant to be scores that really reflect what you're doing in your business. So for instance, if we're going after a B2B audience, we want to maybe ignore folks who have a personal email address that they've put in the form or that exists in our database. We want to go after people who've really given us the right type of information. We also, from a recency perspective, really want to make sure that we target individuals who are hot leads. And to do that, you can set the activity score in a way that really prioritizes the type of prospect who either you've had success with in the past or who you believe you're going to have success with. And we have some best practices that our strategy team puts together when we build this out for you in our post-sales process. But you can always change this or tweak this, and this is where you're going to get a lot of value, is being able to understand who are the people who should go to the sales team as quick as possible, and who are the people who maybe need a little bit more nurturing. So that's how we do the scoring rules. Now, the last thing I want to do before I pass it on to Joe is talk a little bit about something that we've fairly recently, let's just leave without saving those. Something that we fairly recently built out, as you can see, new, which is our automated journey builder, which really gives you an idea of how individuals are moving through the pipeline and where we're sending folks who've maybe been quiet for a little bit or need to need to receive some content and haven't yet received it. So these are really easy to expand on and to continue to branch out. So very exciting stuff from our product development team, and frankly something that was a little bit overdue, because we've had a lot of customers who've said, hey, this is something that we are looking to accomplish, and this is one of the prettiest ones that you'll find. Joe, is there anything that you think I'm missing around some of the things I just described? Anything we want to double click into before I pass it on to you?
No, it's probably a bad idea if I start showing features, because I just love kind of digging into the details here. Just know that this is great for automating a lot of the email cadences that you would normally do, but you can also do other things such as manage lists, send alerts to sales teams that are using any of the CRMs we'll review today, as well as a number of different use cases. So this is kind of the Swiss Army knife that's in your marketing automation platform that will really drive a lot of people to either your website or to your landing page, as well as take care of those nurturing programs for you.
Great. Wonderful. So here, let me do this. I'm going to stop sharing, and then Joe, if you can share your screen, we'd love to dive a little bit deeper into the integrations and the like.
Okay, thanks, John. I wanted to cover just a few reports very quickly. So we have our funnel reports, our revenue and attribution, and our website visitors report right here. So we'll touch on these three, but no, there's a lot more that we can get out of the system, but this gives you a good flavor for that. I'll start with the funnel reports. So with the funnel reports, what we're doing is we're pulling in information from your CRM, and I can compare quarter over quarter. I can see the volume of people over the time. So that allows me to understand how things are flowing through the marketing funnel as people are on their way to becoming a buyer or a customer. Here also, though, you can see the blue are the marketing numbers. So these are the people that we're adding, but we can also pull in things like pipeline and closed won business, so we understand how we're impacting the bottom line and the revenue. So there's a lot of information you can pull out of this report. This is something that we'll set up for you at implementation, but you also have the ability to configure these so that these are available for you at any time. And again, this comes with an integration with Salesforce. In addition to that, I'm going to skip over the revenue impact for sake of time and go into the revenue attribution, run that report, because this is also additional data we can pair up with a marketing asset as well as the attributed revenue. So with first touch attribution, the first asset somebody encounters on their way to becoming a customer, I can very quickly see that I've had 17 deals that have been impacted by this particular asset. If I click on this, this will show me the deal names, the close dates, as well as the attributed revenue based on that given opportunity. I can also access the multi-touch attribution as well. So this is everything they've touched during their buyer's journey. And I can sort on this as well to make sure that I'm not only looking at the top performers, but as well as the bottom performance as well. Because this will allow me to very quickly decide what I want to keep and what I might want to trim from a marketing program, as well as use this as a tool to maybe investigate to see if there might be an issue with the specific asset. The other report that we'll take a look at here in a moment is just the website visitors. So this is going to allow me to track a lot of information month over month. And with this, you can see that we're pulling in those numbers just right up there. I can also track daily visitors, visitors by week. I can zoom into any of these periods very easily, so I can learn more about what took place on October 11th, for example, as well as get some other kind of great visuals on the data. And that all can be downloaded anytime you see these three dots. I can print it, get an image of it, convert it to a PDF, or even get the raw data that's behind the chart so I can manipulate that further offline. This also shows me, for example, the top companies that are visiting month over month, so I can look for trends or patterns. Looks like Adobe's probably a pretty good one. The other one that we can look at here real quick is around the search terms. So these are the terms people are using to find you via the internet. So we can start thinking about these not only as which ones are trending and which ones are decreasing, but we can also look at potentially some of these phrases and words to potentially use in your landing pages and websites. We can also track the top referring sites. So you can see here, for example, September, October, November, where people are coming from. Helps you guide your marketing spend and understand where to maybe place some of your paid search that you might be interested in doing, as well as where people are coming from in social, and then a nice visualization of the US should there be interest to track that as well. The other thing that we have is the website prospector. We'll take a real quick look at this. This is going to look familiar here in a moment because we'll be able to see this type of information in Salesforce as well. So here what we're doing is we're looking at your anonymous prospects. We can track all visitors that have visited the site from everywhere. It brings in both ISPs, so the people that are coming in from home, as well as the customers that might be, and prospects that might be coming in from a business account. So we can separate those. Very easy to do. If I go to my anonymous prospects and I say, just show me the people that are coming in from registered companies, this would be that list and might be an alert for the rep to maybe follow up on some of these. But I can also filter on the ISPs. These are the people coming in from home. I can also click on this little number right here to find out which 9 pages they've been to on my main website where I've got the tracking beacon active, as well as set alerts. So that's something we'll take a look at here in just a bit that your sales team will probably be very interested in. I can also pull up my known prospects, and then I'm going to look from everywhere. And you can see I've got a list of people here, Penny Scott being at the top. If I click on this, this will open up the contact record where I can really start understanding the buyer's journey to date. So this is a good summary page, but if I want to get some detail in chronological order, I can click that timeline, and this will allow me as a marketer, or as we'll see in just a bit, the ability to kind of filter on maybe just an email click, or an email open, or email sent, or I can layer in everything and then understand that full picture, including emails that have been sent, and then landing pages they went to after reading that message, as well as maybe some of the web pages and other activities they've engaged in. This also gives you a nice little preview of the message. So if I wanted to see what was sent, I can look at that very quickly, as well as look at things like the scoring. So as a marketer, I can see this type of information. As well as some of the other things we'll take a look at maybe on the other side here in just a moment. And with that, why don't we go ahead and pop over into the Salesforce piece right here. So I'm in a site, I'm looking at my record, and it's going to have a high score because I'm constantly on Act-On pages. But you can see, for example, here's that contact report. You can simply click this. This will allow me to pull up that report we were looking at a little better. The numbers are going to be astronomical again because of my interest in Act-On, being an Act-On employee. So there it is, a very healthy score. And again, as a sales rep, I just clicked on that button. I can open this up, and then I can see everything that has been sent to me, and again, the things that I've opened. And then a lot of these right here, I can very quickly take a look at. So if I want to see the customer newsletter that was sent to me, it was this one right here where I got the product update. So very clean, clear information. I can also look at the scoring. And again, this is dividing it up based on the different score sheets I've participated with. And from here, I can get some additional information as well. Beyond that, other things I can do, I can also search on an Act-On, or send an Act-On email rather, where I can send out a blank message straight here. This will be recorded inside of Salesforce. I can also pull up a templated message that has been provided to me by marketing, and marketing will control the templates I'll have access to. So I can very quickly click on that. That will then bring up the list of templates I have access to, and then I can draft that message and send it out. I can also access sent messages, something that I've sent before if I just want to recycle that. With the templated messages though, since these are marketing created, marketing can provide a very glossy, professional looking message with a lot of images and specific targeted language, or we can send something maybe a bit toned down where it's just going to look like something the rep is sending to a potential prospect. And that would be something that's just basically text in nature. So I can grab that type of information straight from the site. I can also come down here and see this inline activity history, which is available to me. It gives me a very quick summary of all this type of information. And I can very quickly understand who it is I'm going to be talking to on the phone before I ever even pick up the phone to have that conversation. Okay, and with that, I'm going to stop here and pass it back over to John for closing comments.
Yeah, so thanks, Joe. very impressive score. Yeah, we'd love to speak with you. Please reach out, and we'll talk a little bit about your needs and your use case, and see where Act-On might be a good fit. So look forward to speaking when that happens. Thanks a lot.